Hi, Shane Bybee with Bybee College Prep here, and today I want to show you how using only sticky notes and quality material, quality passages on the SAT, you can make incredible improvements on your reading score on the SAT. Now, for reasons that are going to be incredibly obvious in just a second, I refer to this as the sticky note exercise. It's a simple way of slowing the student down and forcing the student to realize that they do know the answer, to think of their own answer before they look at the answer choices. So I'm taking a sample passage here. This is the second passage out of Practice Test 10 in the Blue Book, the official book from SAT. And if you look at this passage, before a student ever starts reading, take a collection of sticky notes, a pad of sticky notes, have that with you. And before you ever start reading the questions, go through, or ever start reading the passage, go through and just cover up all of the answer choices to all of the questions. Don't worry about whether or not you're going to need the answer choices. You'll find out later on, every now and then, there's questions you know, or questions you're going to need the answer choices for, but just cover up the answer choices. I tell students, one little tip, I tell students to start from the bottom and work your way up. I often tell them it's like you're shingling the roof of your house, which they always give me a really funny look because none of my students have ever actually shingled the roof of their house. But back to the old school things we had to do back in the 80s to make summer money. But I'm going to cover up all of these questions, all of the answer choices, just the answer choices. And now I'm going to be able to read the questions and think of my own answer. And I even take it one step further for the students when we're doing this. So now that they've got all of their answers covered up, even if it's a words in context question like this forces them to slow down and think of their own words before they can start looking at the answer choices. Very simple activity, but now I have all of the answer choices covered up. Now, go read the passage. Go read the passage. Don't worry about the data yet, but go read the passage and just focus on that. Whatever annotation activities you do with that, however you deal with reading the passage, go read the passage. And then you're going to come along to a question like this. Question number 11 right here says, the main purpose of the passage is to. And that's a classic kind of question we see right at the beginning of the answer choices. The main purpose of the passage is to. What do you think the purpose of the passage is? One catch. There will be some questions like a historical passage, something like that, that's just really difficult to do that with. And when that happens, what I tell students is just come up with, is it generally positive, negative, or neutral? If you really can't think word for word what your answer is, come up with a positive, negative, or neutral. What's it going to be? Then look at the answer choices. That'll often let you get rid of a couple of answer choices. But when I'm looking at a question like number 11 here, the main purpose of the passage is to. Think of it, and for a student who's really struggling with this, I will force them to actually write their answer on the sticky note before they're allowed to pick up the sticky note and look at the answer choices. Once they do that, now they're just going to look at answer choices and pass-fill the answer choices. Can I fill them out? Which ones can I fill out? A lot of times, and this is when you know it's magic for the student, they will discover that they are saying almost exactly the same words. A lot of the things they come up with to answer the question is going to be in the actual answer choices. Now, it doesn't work for every question. Like number 12 right here says, which choice best supports the idea that the author assumed that all things being equal, people would rather drive than take mass transit? Which choice does that? They're going to have to go peel this back and look at the quotes and figure out which quote's going to be the best quote. That's fine. That's going to happen for a couple of questions. In command of evidence questions, very typically that's what happens. But when you get to a question like a words in context question, as used in line 9, backed up most nearly means, now the student should go back in, read the passage, and come up with their own word, maybe even write that word on the sticky note before they look at the list of the words and start pushing themselves. They discover they do know this information, they can handle that, and their confidence goes through the roof. That's it. That's the sticky note exercise. I hope you find it valuable in your own preparation. I hope tutors who see it will find it valuable. Take advantage of it. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything I can do to help. Shane at Bybee College Prep. I look forward to talking to you.